just thought I would introduce myself. I'm Simon. Me and my dad Paul own a few BMWs, a few of which right behind me, the two E30 race cars. So I just wanted to introduce the cars, have a place to show all of our automotive shenanigans, and take you along with us. Let's start with the race cars. This is Dad's car. It's an E30 Racing Australia spec car. Show you inside. So, the story with this one is we bought it as a race car. It was a little bit rough. Had a fairly standard engine. Interior wasn't all painted up like it is now. It was rough, still had sound deadening. It was just a club sprint car. But it was logbooked and it was a good opportunity just to get in and have a go for Dad. Over the years, we've now got a competitive, high comp forged piston E30 Australia race engine. Dad's done a really good job tidying up the inside, flocked the dash, made the instrument cluster, got everything looking quite professional to where it is now. So it's just had head off by Southern. They like looking after this car for Dad. Been having issues with the airflow meter versus MAF situation, which is an ongoing thing in the category. This car just likes airflow meter, so that's what it's got at the moment. It's running well. You can see it's nice and filthy after a day at Sandown on Friday. So next we have my race car. This car is essentially the car that started it all. First a 318 IS road car, in pretty poor condition. I think I bought it in 2016. Then had a bunch of different engines in it, a couple of M52s, then an M50 with a lot of bolt-ons. Was then looking to supercharge the M50. At this stage it was already stripped with a bolt-in AGI cage, which was good, but I found out quickly that it was going to be difficult to find a place to race it. So I was convinced by the E30 Racing crew to change the motor to the Mighty M20 and go spec racing with the rest of them. So I think it was the summer of 2018, 2019, pulled the car apart, sent it off to Track Art to get the cage done. Just hard to see, but they did an amazing job on the cage. And started collecting all the bits, so I can show you the underside of this. I mean, it's a race car, but it's reliable and functional. Brake ducting coming through this M3 replica bar, solid mounted engine, all the standard race car stuff, BC Racing coilovers, H&R sway bars, set of custom extractors, a really nice exhaust system, V-bands all the way back. Medium case LSD. Just a good package. We have to run stock brakes as to the category. So with the 205 5015 AO50, it's the perfect balance, power, weight, brake, tyre to go out and so that's the racing division. We come down and we have the road cars all end up looking pretty. We have a 1995 Avis Blue E36 M3. This is Dad's toy. It's in really good nick. 130,000 Ks on the clock. With a lot of time off over the last couple of years, we sort of got into investing in the classics. This was Dad's first investment car, which he actually traded, in essence, a 2016 GT Mustang for it with cash left over. I've only had this one for about a year, but it's been really good to us. It's got a catless Super Sprint exhaust on it, which sounds nutty. Probably a little bit too loud, but it's a good laugh through the hills. It's virtually stock, aside from some wheel spaces to give it a little bit nicer stance, the exhaust, and just a bunch of maintenance on the S50 B30. It's also had a fair bit of interior treatment, Alcantara headliner conversion, and the infamous E36 door pockets fixed the right way by sewing in an insert of leather into the lower pocket, as they like to pull away from the door card. They're virtually impossible to stretch back. Then we have my very special 635 CSI 1986. It's a factory manual car, Australian delivered. Show you inside. Nice and original. Really, really tidy. Dash is immaculate. Seats are great. Electric seats all work. Rear quarter glass goes down, which is really cool. Bought the car in 2019. Took a little while to get it the way that I wanted it. It was on some, I think, seized Bilstein B8s that just rode terribly. So we're actually running Titan suspension coilovers in the car, which are really good. Did a little bit of content with them. Put the coilovers in. Took a little while to get them dialed in. But yeah, we've got coilovers, we've got nice RE003 rubber. These are actually Pontiac GTA wheels that have been re-drilled to fit. And we have some custom extractors, made it up to the standard system, it's not too loud, and a tune. It's just a really, really nice car to drive. Always puts a smile on your face when you take it out for the weekend. Gets plenty of attention. Very striking. Fairly comfortable now that it's all set up. Last but not least, Project 318 IS. Quite a story on this car. Essentially, this car was rescued from an apartment building in St Kilda. It had been left for 8 years. Nobody wanted it, council wouldn't get rid of it, it was in a terrible spot. I saw it in an Instagram story and messaged the person, found out all the details, essentially took it off their hands to get it out of the way, full knowing what it was, and so the project began. It was super rough, as you can expect. A lot of E30s, the red fades really quickly. So yeah, it was in a pretty terrible state. The driver's window was smashed in, so it had been rained in. There was a little bit rust in the roof. But yeah, I wanted to get it started, know that the wiring and everything was okay, and the motor was fundamentally okay, and we got it started in July of 2020. It turned over, and as soon as it turned over, motor came out, whole thing went down. Stripped it, gutted the interior, sent it to paint, and the restoration began. You can see this list on the windscreen of the last few things. The last bits list. To finish it for good, obviously once your car starts driving, you start using it, it's hard to come back and finish off little bits and pieces, but That's the goal for the next few weeks. It's fairly nice. The interior is original. Cigarette hole that kills me, absolutely kills me. Bought a new fabric to retrim some sports seats. I think I'll make a bit of a progress video with all the stills of this build. Sort of what inspired me to turn the Instagram stories into videos. We spent a lot of time here. I had this vision of the aqua blasted covers with brand new as much as possible in the engine bay, like delivered from factory. Reconditioned the original 14-inch basket weaves. Splashed out on some OEM bits like brand new plastic impact strips, brand new kidney, obviously grills, badges, as much as we could really find. Came out really nice. So that's the stable. We do have a couple other cars elsewhere. There's an E34 535i manual that's at Southern BM at the moment that will be coming back soon. It's getting a little bit of aircon work done, which we can't tend to. Oh, there's also newest car, E46 330. Nice little daily cruiser of mine at the moment with the 3 litre M54. Nice and a ridgy-didge just to get around. Hope you like the little tour of the cars. Just getting started on this whole YouTube situation, so bear with me in the beginning. But yeah, just want to record the content, have somewhere to share it. We have a really big build starting very soon with everything that we learned from Project. Throwing out IS, doing it again, doing it better, doing it on something quite unique. Look forward to getting into that and sharing a video series. Hopefully we will go round 1 Victorian State Racing Championship. We'll take you along there and try and get what we can, bit of in-car, bit of hanging around the pits. Hopefully have some strong results. So thanks for watching this first video. Catch you soon.